A minute has always meant 60 seconds, but what if it didn't? If 1 minute became 61 seconds, would the Earth itself still keep turning? From the dawn of history, time has ruled everything. The rising of the sun, the flow of seasons, the beating of our hearts. We never question it. We never doubt it. But add just 1 second to every minute, and the balance of the world begins to break. Across days, across years, across centuries, this tiny change becomes a storm, powerful enough to rewrite civilization. This is the nightmare of a world where every minute lasts 61 seconds. At first, people might not notice. After all, 1 second seems too small to matter. But time is the backbone of everything. Our clocks, our calendars, our seasons, even our heartbeat. So let's ask, what happens if reality itself begins running just 1 second slower forever? A day as we know it has 24 hours. Each hour, 60 minutes. Each minute, 60 seconds. That makes 86,400 seconds per day. But in this altered reality, each minute would last 61 seconds. Suddenly, a day no longer has 86,400 seconds. It has 87,840. That's an extra 1,440 seconds per day, or 24 extra minutes every single day. At first, humanity might just shrug. A slightly longer day, they might say. But over time, the Earth, the Sun, and human society itself would fall out of sync. In our real world, the Earth rotates on its axis once every 23 hours, 56 minutes, and 4 seconds. That rotation, paired with the orbit around the Sun, gives us the cycle of day and night, the seasons, the flow of years. Civilizations across centuries, from the Babylonians to the Maya to modern scientists, built calendars around this truth. Even a small drift in measurement over time can break entire systems. For example, the ancient Roman calendar drifted by just 11 minutes per year, and within centuries, entire seasons fell out of place. Crops were planted at the wrong time, festivals lost their meaning. It took the Gregorian reform of 1582 to realign our calendars with the sun. Now imagine that instead of 11 minutes per year, we add 24 minutes every day. The collapse of order would be far more devastating. Let's walk through what would happen. Step 1. The days drift. At first, clocks and calendars diverge. A day, by human reckoning, lasts longer than the Earth's actual rotation. After just 2 months, humanity's clocks would be a full day out of sync with sunrise and sunset. Your watch might say 9 a.m., but outside, it would still be night. Step 2. The years break apart. The natural year, the orbit of Earth around the sun, remains unchanged. But human timekeeping would drift further and further. Within just 1 century, the human calendar would be several decades out of alignment with the seasons. Winter might officially fall in July. Spring festivals would take place in the darkness of December. Step 3. Agriculture collapses. Humanity depends on seasonal cycles for farming, but if the planting calendar no longer matches the seasons, crops would fail. Societies would scramble to adjust, inventing new ways to measure natural time. But the confusion would tear economies apart. Step 4. Science fractures. Physics, engineering, medicine all depend on precise measurement of time. With every minute stretched, experiments would fail, satellites would drift from orbit, GPS would collapse because it relies on atomic clocks accurate to a billionth of a second. Airplanes, ships, and even smartphones would lose synchronization. Step 5. Civilizations descend into chaos. Wars might erupt over food and resources. Religions would argue over when sacred days should truly fall. Governments would try to impose artificial corrections, but with each passing year, their calendars would grow more detached from the natural order. The world would become fractured, not just politically, but temporally. Some nations might cling to the broken 61-second minute. Others might abandon it, returning to nature's rhythm. Time itself would become a battlefield. Across centuries, the consequences would deepen. Civilizations might create entirely new ways of marking time. Perhaps they would abandon minutes and hours altogether, turning instead to the cycles of the moon, the tides, or the stars. But science and progress built upon precision would stagnate. Imagine space travel in such a world. If a rocket misses its trajectory by even 1 second, it can drift thousands of kilometers off course. With time stretched and inconsistent, the dream of reaching the stars might die before it ever begins. Or imagine medicine. The rhythm of the human heart, the timing of brainwaves, the dosage of drugs, all measured in seconds. But what is a second when it no longer means what it once did? Entire fields of knowledge would unravel. The world would slide back into a darker age where time is measured not by science, but by superstition. And then an even greater crisis emerges. The world is no longer united by time, it is divided by it. Airports in one country refuse to recognize the timestamps of another. Military alliances fracture because commanders cannot agree on when a strike was ordered. Courts reject international contracts, claiming the time of signing was invalid. On the streets, ordinary people live under dueling clocks. Children go to school at 9 a.m., while parents work at another. Factories lose billions because one shipment arrived on time in one nation, but late in another. Civilization does not collapse in a fiery instant. It decays in confusion. Arguments about money, disputes about faith, and at the core of it all, a single question no one can agree on. What time is it? This is not just chaos of hours and minutes, it is chaos of meaning. When time itself is broken, trust becomes impossible. Time is more than a number. It is the invisible thread that binds the universe together. Stretch it even slightly, and the consequences ripple across everything we know. A single second may feel like nothing, but across days, across years, across centuries, that second grows into a storm. A storm that could destroy civilizations, or force humanity to adapt in unimaginable ways. So the next time you look at a clock and you see the seconds ticking by, ask yourself this: what if time itself decided to change? What if reality's most stable law betrayed us? And if 1 second can change the world, then what would happen if an hour suddenly lasted longer than a day?
If this vision of chaos made you think, don't stop here. Subscribe, share, and join us for the next What If.